Hello, everyone, and welcome to the virtual college exploration for all Pennsylvania students, hosted by PACAC. I'm going to go over a few reminders before we get started with today's presentation. The first one is if you would like to ask questions, you will be able to use the Q&A feature. The chat has been turned off. Also, your camera and your microphone have been turned off. And we'd like to encourage you to sign up for additional sessions after this one by going to pacac.org/virtual. And at the end of the week, you will be able to receive a recording of this session. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Florida Southern.
Awesome, thank you so much. So I will share my screen. Perfect, and you guys should be seeing a nice, beautiful picture of Florida Southern College right now. So hello there, my name is Leanne Williams. I am one of the admissions counselors at Florida Southern College. I'm the counselor who works specifically with students from Pennsylvania, so I will be your point of contact for any Florida Southern College questions. In addition to Pennsylvania, I also work with the Mid-Atlantic states and Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. As you know, PACAC mentioned before, there will be questions. I'll get to the questions at the end of the session. If there are any questions I'm unable to answer today, I'll be sure to follow up with you post-session. We've got a kind of handy slide right here, depending on what you are viewing the presentation with. If you wanted to take a quick screenshot of that, we've got info on how to visit campus in person or virtually, other virtual experiences, and a cool QR code that'll take you to my Calendly page, which is where you could schedule time for a one-on-one appointment. I'll have my contact info at the end of the session as well. And also, it's very easy to find all of this info on our website. We have a very useful, very handy search bar to be able to find, everything that you might be needing. So to get started with some basic information, Florida Southern College is located in the city of Lakeland, which is almost exactly halfway between Tampa and Orlando. So, we're in an ideal location in terms of access for out-of-state students. There are two major airports to choose from, one in Orlando and one in Tampa, so you can price shop a little bit. And we enjoy the benefits of being between two major recreation hubs. On one side, about 45 minutes down the highway, we've got the beaches of St. Petersburg and Clearwater, and about 40 minutes or so on the other side, we're right outside Walt Disney World and Universal Studios in Orlando. Besides that, the city of Lakeland itself is an ideal college town. We've got a lot of independently owned coffee shops and cafes, two movie theaters, an outdoor shopping mall, and lots of spaces for outdoor recreation, such as walking paths surrounding many of our lakes. That's where we got our name, Lakeland, because there are about 39 named lakes in the city. We were founded in 1883, which makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. In terms of size, we're about a 15-acre campus, and we have roughly 3,000 students total. So a comfortable size, not too big, not too small. Of these 3,000 students, about 60% are from the state of Florida and 40% are from out of state, representing just about all 50 states as well as 50 international countries. So it's a nice campus population. You're meeting a lot of students from a variety of backgrounds. Here at Florida Southern, we have 70 different programs of study across 5 schools: business, nursing and health sciences, our School of Physical Therapy, School of Education, and School of Arts and Sciences. Some of our most popular majors include biology and marine bio, nursing, anything in the business school, musical theater, and education. We are a liberal arts college at our core, so no matter what your major is, you are going to be receiving a well-rounded degree. About 40% of our students double major or combine their major with a minor, so if you are interested in more than one subject, there are a lot of opportunities to pursue multiple fields. We offer 16 pre-professional tracks for students looking to continue their education past the bachelor's level. So think like medical school, law school, and advanced degree after you graduate. These tracks are specific coursework and advising designed to prepare you for the application process into these programs, as well as to make sure that you are well prepared to be successful in those grad programs once you're there. We also are very pleased to offer some graduate programs right here on campus, including several 4+1 accelerated master's degrees. So the 4+1, that allows you to start taking graduate level classes your junior or senior year, so that after graduation you only have 1 year left to complete a master's degree such as an MBA, Master's of Accounting, or Master's of Education. And if you'd like any specific info about any of these programs, feel free to reach out to me because I'd be happy to answer it or connect you with a faculty member that's got more info. We do take a very personal approach to education. Our average class size is about 18 students, and we have a 14:1 student to faculty ratio. All of the courses are taught by the professors themselves. We never have students or graduate assistants leading the courses. We want our students learning directly from the experts. We place a heavy emphasis on engaged and experiential learning. So you're going to be an active participant in your classroom regardless of your major. We truly believe in the power of learning by doing and immersing students in your field as soon as possible. Some of my favorite examples of engaged learning include our nursing department, which is a direct entry program. So students start nursing classes freshman year and are in clinical rotations by sophomore year. They also do classwork in our state-of-the-art Blanton Nursing Building, which features a lab of super realistic human simulator mannequins. Another example from our communications department is actually highlighted right on this slide. We have a photo of our CBS affiliate studio, which is right on campus, and it allows students to get hands-on broadcasting experience. Our education students get hundreds of hours of observational experience through working with our local school district. And right here on campus, we have a preschool and an elementary school. So students have lots of options to really be in the classroom getting that experience. And another photo on the slide, our biology students conduct research with antibiotic-producing microorganisms their very first week of classes. So, obviously hands-on learning is going to look a little different for each major, but with ample opportunities for research, internships, etc., all of our students are guaranteed a high-impact, engaged learning experience. If you're looking for an extra academic challenge, FSC does have an outstanding honors program. Some perks of the honors program include priority for housing and class registration, but the biggest draw to the honors program is the opportunity to conduct a capstone or thesis project. The honors program does require a separate application, and more info about that can be found on our website. So part of the engaged learning experience also includes what we call our 3 guarantees. Those are study abroad, professional internship, and graduating on time. These are enhancements to our program that we feel make the Florida Southern College experience distinct, and I want to highlight each one real quick. So the first guarantee is study abroad, and you can see some examples of recent trips on this slide. We offer this guarantee through a program called the Junior Journey. That is a 7 to 10 day trip over school breaks in either fall or spring, junior or senior year. Offering these options over the break ensures that all students are going to be able to go. Being in a heavy track major that doesn't allow for a full semester away is not going to keep students from getting that study abroad experience. The best part about these trips is that they are at little to no additional cost. You go with a Florida Southern professor, you're receiving credit for the trip, and there is a heavy academic component to these experiences in addition to the general benefits of getting, some travel experience under your belt. We offer both domestic and international trips, and students can choose the trip that is most interesting to them. You don't necessarily have to go on the trip that's affiliated with your major. Some programs do have offers for a full semester abroad, and we do also offer some extended trips that take place over the summer, but by offering a variety of different sized study abroad options, it ensures that the majority of our students are able to go. We also guarantee internships to all of our students regardless of major. 95% of employers are looking for new hires with experience, so an internship allows you to be a competitive candidate once you enter the job market. Students have options to do internships locally during the school year. Right here in Central Florida, we have a ton of career options in a variety of fields, or students can arrange to complete internships closer to home over school breaks or even further away, which are the examples on our slide right here. On the left are the student with a photo of the rhino. Her name is Abby, and she was in our pre-veterinary program. That photo is from her internship at a rhino orphanage in South Africa. And the other student, her name is Natalie. She was a nursing major, and she completed an internship at a neonatal clinic in the Philippines. And then finally, our last guarantee is to graduate on time. We're able to offer this guarantee because in addition to everything we've already shared, students are paired with an academic advisor in their field of study as soon as they are on campus. You meet with this advisor several times per year to make sure that you are staying on track for graduation. It's not the kind of place where you're going to be fighting to get an appointment with your advisor, or your advisor doesn't even know your first name. It's a very personalized, very mentoring experience. Something else that helps us with this guarantee that maybe you didn't consider is that we are a very advanced and transfer credit friendly campus. So you may be coming into college with some college level courses under your belt already, from things like APs, IBs, dual enrollment, etc. So why is all of this important? Well, it translates to post-graduation success. About a third of our students go on to a graduate program, and the remaining 2/3 enter the workforce. Most importantly, 97% of our students report achieving their post-graduation goals within 1 year of leaving Florida Southern. We've got some student examples on this slide, and along the bottom there are some logos of institutions or companies that our students have gone on to work for or join. We have a student at Auburn University's vet school. The student with a beluga whale, she is actually working at the Georgia Aquarium. She works with beluga whales as a birthing nurse and a penguin trainer, which is some of those, I can't believe that's a real life job, dream come true experiences. So we're very proud of everything our students go on to achieve after leaving Florida Southern. So obviously academics are the most important part of your college experience, the priority part of your college experience, but we also wanted to talk a little bit about student life because Florida Southern does pride itself on being a true campus community. In fact, students are required to live on campus for all 4 years. This means that you're guaranteed to have housing on campus all 4 years as well. Our 16 different housing options include on-campus dorms as well as apartment complexes near campus for upperclassmen who maybe want to practice that semi-independent living style. I know food is always a big consideration when choosing a college, so I also wanted to mention that we have 9 different dining options all across campus, so we're able to accommodate a variety of culinary palates. Some of our dining options even feature favorite national brands like Starbucks, Steak and Shake, and Boar's Head Deli, so it's definitely lots of options here. In terms of athletics, we have 20 NCAA Division II sports teams on campus, and we've got 30 national championships under our belt, so there is a ton of school spirit surrounding Florida Southern College athletics. Our mascot is the moccasin, the snake, not the shoe, and you'll often hear that abbreviated to MOCS. So if you sign up to receive emails and you get a lot of go MOCS, hooray MOCS, that's where all of that is coming from. Varsity recruiting is competitive and it is handled by the coaches directly. So students who are interested in athletics, they're encouraged to fill out the prospective athlete questionnaire on our website. And we've also got a lot of opportunities to be involved with athletics at the club or intramural level as well. If the time commitment of varsity is not really what you're interested in or not possible with what you want to major in, we've got our club sports highlighted on this board. Water ski we're very proud of them. They're actually Division I in the Southeast, and we're situated right on a lake, so it's really cool to get to watch them practicing. Our equestrian team was actually brought to campus through a student-led initiative. It was founded by a student. She found a faculty advisor, presented the petition to student government, and was able to get that team here, and they have been going strong for 3 or 4 years at this point. Esports competitive gaming, they are in their 2nd or 3rd season, and they're doing very well. Once their season is up and running, they broadcast on Twitch, if you wanted to check that out. And then ice hockey and cheerleading are also really great opportunities here too. Speaking of clubs and organizations, there are a ton of ways to get involved on campus. Just about every Florida Southern College student you meet is going to have a list of 5 or 6 different clubs they're involved in. They love to be, super active in the classroom, but also super active in the campus community. So we have over 100 different student clubs and organizations, everything from Greek life to student government, faith life, multicultural organizations, performing arts groups, and just about any special interest club, you can think of. I mentioned, there's a lot of Go MOCS on campus. A lot of our performing arts teams really lean into that. Our dance team is called the Mockettes. We have an a cappella group called the Mockapellas. Special interest groups, everything from the book club to the gardening club to the Disney club, being, close to Orlando, to, even the Florida Southern College cat enthusiasts. When I say there's something for everyone, I truly mean it. So now that we've shared a little bit about Florida Southern College, I wanted to transition kind of down to business to talk about how to officially apply. First and foremost, it is 100% free to apply regardless of how you do so. Our application is available on Florida Southern College's website, and we are also available via the Common App and the Coalition app. In addition to the application, we are going to need a high school transcript and a personal statement. To alleviate stress on students, teachers, and guidance counselors, we have decided to make the letter of recommendation optional this year. If you have a letter of rec, we are certainly happy to receive it, but it's not going to be mandatory for having your application reviewed. This year, we've also adopted a test optional policy, so students can either submit ACT or SAT scores or apply test optional. If you apply with test scores, we don't have any preference between ACT or SAT, whichever one you've taken, and we super score both exams. If you've had the chance to take both tests, you're welcome to send both of your scores in. We'll just take whichever one is higher. Students can send in all of these materials one at a time as they become available. You don't need to have everything together all at once and hit send. You're more than welcome to fill out the application and send the rest of your documents as they are prepared. Florida Southern College is on rolling admissions, so once we receive all of your documents, you will get a decision within 2 to 4 weeks. We understand that cost is a major factor in the decision-making process, so I wanted to quickly touch base on financial aid. Every application that is submitted is automatically submitted for an academic-based scholarship. You do not need to apply separately. We do encourage students to file the FAFSA, at least for the first year, because we do also offer some need-based aid opportunities. And as you can see on the slide, some departments on campus also offer specific scholarships, and those are obviously based on an audition, portfolio review, interview, athletic recruitment, things kind of along those lines. We also have a few scholarships called our Prestige Scholarships that do require a separate application. More info on qualifications and how to apply can be found on our website by searching Prestige. And then finally, and maybe best of all, Florida Southern College is scholarship stacking. So that means we will accept any outside grants and scholarships you receive on top of your FSC award letter. It'll all stack on top of whatever the college is offering. So we are obviously very grateful for everyone who is taking time out of their day to watch this webinar, either live or in person. If you are interested in learning more about Florida Southern, we have a lot of opportunities to do so. The URL for our visit page is on the bottom of this screen, and that is going to take you to the web page that has both in-person and virtual visit options. So we are currently open for in-person tours several times a day, Monday through Friday. We do require advanced registration so that we can monitor capacity and ensure social distancing is being followed. We also offer lots of online opportunities. We do an online info session several times a week, and now that the semester is rolling, we are working with our faculty to schedule academic discipline-specific webinars that are happening in the evenings. We call those mock talks. A few of them are on the website now, and as we have faculty confirm with us, we're constantly updating the calendar, so I definitely recommend checking that page frequently. In addition to specific academic departments, for example, English, art history and museum studies, STEM careers. Other offices on campus are also leading webinars, such as our student support services, our career center, our athletic center. So definitely check that out to get a little bit of a deep dive into any aspect on campus that you're interested in. And if you are unable to attend any of these webinars live, we have hundreds of hours of video footage available on our website to be viewed at any time. So to wrap up, I just wanted to again remind you that no matter where you are in the admissions process, I'm going to be the point of contact for all Pennsylvania students, so don't hesitate to reach out. All of my contact info can be viewed right there. I've also included all of the handles for different Florida Southern College social media channels. Our communications team, they work really hard to make sure that all of those channels are up to date with robust info from a variety of perspectives. We have, students doing takeovers. We invite faculty to give quick chats, so it's definitely lots of ways to be, involved. So I am going to open the chat and see if we have any questions. Cool. So a question question that we get a lot, students who are interested in any of the fine arts majors, so example, theater, acting, as well as musical theater, which is a BFA program, dance, any of the music, and any of the visual arts. So we have transitioned that process to virtual. So off the top of my head, any of the visual arts such as studio art or graphic design, if you go onto our website and click on that webpage, and again, if you have trouble navigating the website, feel free to reach out to me, but they have a PDF available on their program info page that outlines everything they need for your portfolio review, and I believe you can send that in via email or any type of file sharing media. I believe dance is a video audition. Musical theater is requiring a video pre-screen, and then you will be invited to a Zoom audition. And I believe music auditions are being conducted via Zoom. Definitely, if you've got more specific questions about any of those programs, double check with me, and I'll be able to, link you to all of that information. But yeah, we all of our fine arts programs on campus do, offer scholarships, and most of those are based on audition, if audition, isn't required to the program. Some of them are, some of them it's optional, but definitely check that out. So from out of state, definitely a lot of folks are, a little bit concerned about hurricanes, especially if you're looking to schools in Florida. I definitely understand. I'm not a native Floridian myself either. So a little bit about our hurricane, action plan. So we are technically about in the middle of the state. So hurricanes typically aren't supposed to get terribly bad near us. Hurricane Irma in 2017 was a bit of an anomaly, and the hurricane in 2019, that one ended up being nothing, but we were still very prepared for it. So typically, our biggest action plan is that we are going to make the call if we're going to close campus and evacuate campus with enough time in advance so that any student, who needs to maybe get out of state is able to do so. We also make sure that we offer shuttles to the airport. So maybe if a student doesn't have a car, they have options there. Some students maybe do choose to go home with a student who has parents nearby or lives in Florida. And then any students who are unable to evacuate campus, we have a safe facility right here on campus with lots of access to food and water, and is completely hurricane proof, and students will bunker down, in there. So depending on, again, they're usually not too bad right here, off the coast, but we are prepared for whatever, whatever emergency situation may be happening. Take another quick look. So a little bit of information about the freshman first year dorms here on campus. So we have a couple of options. The majority of our freshmen live in one quad on campus. So there are a couple of buildings. There is one called Ellen Spivey Hall. That is all male. The other one is called Joseph Reynolds Hall. That is all female. And then we have two buildings that make up what we call the Barnett Complex. The buildings' names are Nicholas and Wesley, and those are Jack and Jill style. So a floor of males, a floor of females. The majority of our students are going to live in a double. The first year buildings, at least Ellen Spivey and JR, and some of the other buildings on campus do have capacity for triples or quads, but again, the majority of the students are in doubles. We do have some singles, but usually those are outfitted by students needing medical accommodations. So yeah, we tell students plan for a double room. And speaking of which, that leads to another good follow-up question. So we have lots of options for choosing a roommate on campus. Some students, maybe they make a friend with someone who is coming to Florida Southern College before they arrive, in which case when you fill out your housing forms, you can request each other. But students who maybe don't have a roommate yet, we have a questionnaire that helps kind of match you with a roommate. Some of the questions, they ask about your likes and dislikes, your personality, but other important things that maybe you wouldn't think of, you would think when you're thinking about a roommate, because it is a little bit of a different relationship than just a friend, right? So, things like, do you study with some music, with complete silence, or with a lot of noise? Do you consider yourself to be an early bird or a night owl? Things that are going to make a compatible roommate situation. So a little bit more information about our prestige and premier scholarship applications that I mentioned. So again, if you go onto the website, there's a couple of criteria you have to hit to be able to apply. A couple of different things based on academic achievement, leadership experience, and community service. And then it is a two-tier or a two-stage application process. So the first stage is submitting a written application. I believe it's, a couple of essays, just asking a little bit more about you and to elaborate on, anything you may have mentioned in your application. All of those applications are evaluated, and then students are selected to be finalists or not. So if you're a finalist, you are invited to complete an interview. Normally we hold those on campus. I believe this year those are going to be over Zoom or some type of video conferencing software. And then athletic recruitment. So a little bit about how that works. If you go onto our website, so it is a separate website for athletics. It is fscmocs.com. So Florida Southern College Mocs. That is going to have it's going to have lots of info about our athletics team if you are interested in any information, just in general, or if you're in the area and want to know the game schedule, things like that. That is also going to have links to what we call a prospective athlete questionnaire. That's going to ask information, about your, stats, other just general info, that a recruiter would want to know, and it'll generate an info to FSC's coaching staff. So we definitely encourage students to take a look at that because the coaches, they're in charge of their own roster. Cool. Well, does anyone else have any follow-up questions about Florida Southern or anything in Florida, anything with the application process? I mentioned, if you want to apply, but you're still waiting on your transcript or finishing your essay, feel free to just go ahead and send that application in. If you, again, we in the admissions office are your one-stop shop, so you have questions about the application or anything about the school, just let me know. If you are trying to decide between applying test optional or test considered, there is some information on our website, and you may also want to, so you can check that out, and you're also welcome to contact us, and say, hey, this is where my test scores and GPA are at, what do you recommend? Let's see. Oh, we have a question asking about computers. Yeah, so we actually have a computer science program right here. It's a four-year major right here on campus. A very active department, very friendly department. Like I mentioned, we have opportunities to be involved with intramural sports. We've got a bowling team and a trivia team, and I know at least one or two computer science professors. They are on those teams with the students. We are currently growing our computer science department. We've gotten a lot of interest, and actually just next door to where I am right now, I'm in the admissions building, but right across the street from us, we are in the process of building a state-of-the-art computer science, center that's going to have, we have both Mac and PC capabilities. It's going to have some really cool collaborative learning spaces with all this cool tech and equipment. That is where our esports competitive gaming team is going to be housed too. So definitely a really cool time to be interested in computer science at Florida Southern. And something else too I forgot to mention, if you do have any deep dive, super specific questions about any of the departments as you're getting into senior year, after you've submitted an application, if you want to exchange emails with any of our faculty members on campus, they all have their contact info right on the web page, or if you're a little shy, feel free to reach out to admissions and we can help make that introduction for you. But yeah, definitely lots of great computer programs. And if you're, just interested in classes and not necessarily majoring in computer science, there's definitely lots of options for that too. Yeah, absolutely, of course. Yes, Yes, and oh, speaking of virtual visit options, we are also hosting a few virtual open houses over the fall, and those are on Saturdays. So if attending, any of the mock talks over the weekday evenings is a little rough, I believe we have one more coming up on Saturday, November 14th, and registration is all on our website. The open houses are pretty cool because not only do you hear from the admissions office, but multiple members of our faculty are going to be, on Zoom to be able to break off into Zoom rooms with other students interested in your program. And we'll also have a panel of, current FSC students being able to talk about their experience and answer questions from their perspective. And I believe usually a campus tour is involved virtually, so it's a live tour with a Florida Southern College, guide that you're just experiencing, from home. Cool. Well, I will wait another minute just to see if any other questions come in. But again, if you want to screenshot this page and take my info down, call, text, email, whatever is easiest for you. The link right there, that Calendly, if you click on that link, we usually update it about every month. If you wanted to, have a phone conversation or a Zoom conversation, that'll have all of my availability, so feel free to make an appointment to go through any one-on-one questions. Oh, and one more, a little bit about financial aid. So we typically, after students are notified of their academic scholarships and we process the FAFSA, we usually start sending out full financial aid letters around the beginning of the spring semester, and then we're available to go over that letter with you line by line, so you understand your out-of-pocket cost, understand, what each scholarship means, how you get them to renew from year to year, etc. All of that good stuff. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for coming this afternoon. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to learn a little bit more about Florida Southern, and any other questions I can help with, don't hesitate to reach out.
Well, thank you everyone for attending. I just wanted to let you know that there'll be a quick survey when you exit today's webinar. Again, we encourage you to sign up for some more sessions by going to pacac.org/virtual. And again, the recording of this session will be made available within a week. And with that, have a good evening. Bye.
Thank you.